Welcome, everyone, to a piece of college football history as we crown this season's national champion. There's been so much that's gone into getting here, twists and turns, and now it builds to this, the battle for supremacy. And what a matchup this is. Two survivors of the expanded college football playoff grind, two of the top 4 seeds when it all began. Both sides have been challenged and pushed all year and through the playoff. Now it's time to find out who can take that final step, as we'll see the number 3 seed in this playoff. A crew looking to make a strong statement, taking on a squad from the Pac-12, the Boise State Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, joined here as always by Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk, everything has been building to this. It's time for the national championship. Let's crown a champion. Here we go with the kickoff. This is it, the ultimate game in college football, national championship at stake. And the return starts just inside the end zone. He's tackled at the 10, not good field position to start the drive. First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Hand it off. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
Important second down play coming up. Scanning the field. It's Thompson. It's incomplete. He took it. Through the football, and it brings up a third down.
Well, it's pretty simple. The defensive line does a great job of getting after the quarterback and forcing him into that incompletion.
So a tricky situation here. Third and very long inside your own 20. How much of a risk do you take? You know this defense could be very aggressive at this moment. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a 4th down.
Well, Chris, obviously they had to go through the air there to try to pick up this 3rd down and long, but when you're so far behind the chains, you really allow this defense to dictate things, and it allows them to put pressure on your quarterback and can affect the timing, as we saw on this play.
Now they finally get him, but he found a nice lane in that return. This drive starts in good position. First down here for this offense. Takes the handoff, and he'll head left. Finding enough space for a solid gain before they stop him.
Man, you know, the back gets a lot of the attention here, and he's a good back. I love to see that offensive line win the battle at the line of scrimmage.
Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. Making people miss. They stop him at the 4, but it sets up this offense with a 1st and goal. The offense knocking on the door with a 1st and goal. Quick pass. Here comes a jet sweep. Well, no surprise from offense this good. Short field, quick touchdown.
Yeah, you get into the red zone, though, there's a tendency to want to get conservative. I love that the offensive coordinator and the quarterback kept attacking until they came away with 7 points.
Here comes the point after attempt. BA PAT is good. They jump in front 7-0. Getting set to kick the ball off now. He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. And the Boise State offense is back out on the field. They're coming off a quick 3-and-out, so looking to put something together on this drive with a little more urgency. And he's hit just before the throw. And the pass is intercepted. A takeaway for the defense.
You know, we talked to him during the week, and he told me he was a high school corner. And I can see why. He's got tremendous ball skills to make that play and then to be able to take it all the way back for a touchdown. Just outstanding.
With the PAT, they take a 14-0 lead. Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. The guys up front lined up. It's first down. He'll hand it off. They'll tackle him right at the 31.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs. So the ball placed right at midfield as the offense starts with a 1st and 10.
All right, Chris, let's face it. Most of the offensive linemen today, they're big. You know, they weigh over 300 pounds. But that doesn't mean they don't have to have agility. And the way they can get out there in front of the runner, create space, sometimes it looks like they're going in one direction. And a runner uses his eyes to take him in another direction because he's been blocked so well. Love those misdirection or counter plays. And this one worked out really well for a nice piece of yards and a first down.
The Broncos pick up enough yardage to get a first down. Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. Nowhere to run up the middle.
It was an excellent effort by this defense, just staying in their run fix, holding their own at the line of scrimmage, and then making a tackle. Offense just couldn't get enough of a push to get any yards at all.
Already got the first down, but looking for more yardage. Tackle made at the 21. This offense in great scoring position now.
You know, everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers, and don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. But man, for me, as a fan, when I'm watching a game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
So after the incompletion, it's 2nd down. Looking downfield, it's Thompson. Pressure is coming. He's going to pull it down and run. Got space, looking to score. And he runs it into the end zone. Touchdown, Boise State.
Chris, what a play by this quarterback. 1 second, he's surveying the entire field, trying to find that open receiver. The next second, he just holds it down, tucks the football away, picks up yards, and gets a touchdown himself. What a run.
Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Well, he thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee and to bring the football to the 25-yard line. First down play call. How aggressive will it be? It's a shotgun run call. Now juke to man, but not much room to maneuver. Stopped after a small gain.
Christine, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Obviously, the defense will decline that penalty on the offense and take the result of that play. Offense facing a 3rd and long from the 28. Got to have your pass protection in order in this play. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. Incomplete, but yeah, here comes a penalty marker now. That should be a drive-extending first down. This line getting set up. It's a first down play. Give it to the back again. Stopped right there at the line. No gain.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
Shotgun formation. Here's an inside give. It's a fumble. Defense recovers the fumble. It's a turnover.
I get being upset at the ball carrier for coughing up the ball, but let's not ignore how big of a hit that was. Sometimes you just have to give credit to the defender for making a great play.
It's a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Defense does a really nice job here of being able to contain that run game, held him just at 2 yards. Chris, to me, this changes the playbook a little bit now for the offense. The guy calling the plays at 2nd and 8, that's a different deal. Now he's got to probably thinking about going through the air instead of staying on the ground.
That run sets up an important third down call for this offense. Back in motion now. Trying to extend the play. The pass ball is incomplete on the scramble. That's good coverage.
Chris, I don't know if it's the hype of the national championship, the timing between the quarterback and his receivers, but they have not been able to get anything going at all here in the first half. And the problem is they're already down in this game. They've got to put the ball through the air and start hitting some passes, or there's no chance they come back and have a chance to win.
He's swarmed with a pass rush, a sack to end this drive.
That's really good coverage downfield, and it just looked like the quarterback was waiting and waiting and waiting a little bit too long. By the time he decides to try to make a throw, nothing's open. And the result is a sack and a turnover on downs.
Brought down, but the game moves the ball all the way to the plus 42.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
And they finally stop him, but a decent gain that time.
You know, a lot of people feel running backs with elite speed shy away from contact. But that wasn't the case there. Instead of running around the defender, this back elected to run right through him.
The ball is picked off. Not much on the return, but the pick will set up the offense at the 35.
Well, the quarterback ends up being a tad aggressive and ends up paying for it with a pick. I get that that might be part of his playing style, but there's a difference between being aggressive and being careless.
That's incomplete. Even on a first down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure.
Mobility can be a blessing or a curse for some quarterbacks. Sometimes they feel that they can make a play on every single opportunity because they have such speed. Instead of just getting down or throwing it away, they try to force the issue. This one
goes a fastball, but it's intercepted. Going the other way, can they catch him? That's a potential game changer, the pick and the big return.
Well, it looks like somebody did a great job of preparing himself to get ready for this football game. It's his second interception in this game so far. Obviously, reviewed the tape, is locked in on his fundamentals. That's a big-time player making big-time plays.
We had a short field. The offense did exactly what they're supposed to do. That would have been a big ask for the defense there, Kurt.
Absolutely. But when you're given that kind of field position, anything less than a touchdown would be a disappointment. They did exactly what they needed to do by capitalizing on that short field.
PAT is good. They're pulling ahead now, 21-7. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. And from deep in the end zone, he'll bring it out. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. And here comes the Boise State offense back out on the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. Opening play of the drive, quick throw to the left. Breaking free at the 35. Out of bounds, but not before a huge gain. Offense gets a fresh set of downs.
Boy, nice job here by this offense, creating an opportunity for this receiver to excel after the catch. It's early in this game, so this defense better get their arms around this receiver because he could be a monster today.
He's brought down, but the game moves the ball to the 39.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
They bring him down, but a solid gain there in first down. Looks to be just inches short of the marker. Less than a yard to go as they cover the line on second down. We'll keep it on the ground with the counter play. He's stopped, but he gets a first down.
Sometimes I almost get mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, the eyes that carry their feet to the open space, making people miss. I just love watching those guys do that.
Defense will make the stop, and will probably be the final play of this opening quarter. Here we go. First play of the quarter. Offense setting up for a second down play. To throw, it's Thompson. And he finds his tight end for the catch. Tackle made after the completion.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
There's some pre-snap movement. Back in motion. A pop pass on the jet sweep. Hurdles over the defender. Kirk, they were backed up to start the drive, but some bold play calling, great execution. They reach the end zone.
You know, it's easy to just kind of pull your horns in and get conservative when you're pushed way back close to your own goal line, but not this offense. They came out, showed the confidence that they have in their quarterback, and it paid off. Nice touchdown.
And he'll just take a knee. Drive will start at the 25-yard line. Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Now here's the toss play. He shreds the tackle. They stop him after a 6-yard gain. So 2nd and 4.
You know, toss play just starts with the offensive line, whether or not they can set the edge on the outside, whether it's a tackle or a tight end in that same direction. If they do that, you're going to have positive yards. If you can't set that edge, the play's going to blow up.
Fighting him off. Brought down after a solid run by the senior.
Boy, this offense does such a great job of putting the threat of the quarterback and the running back on this defense. It puts the defense in a tough spot because it's really hard to take both away. This time, the quarterback gets out and shows you the speed he has as well.
Tackle behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
Boy, what a play by this linebacker. That option play got to the outside. I thought they had a chance on the perimeter, but the speed and the awareness of that linebacker makes a huge play.
Nice run. He's brought down at the 44. What will the call be on 3rd and long now from the 44? Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. And they heave it deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They let it fly on 3rd down, but now it brings up 4th.
Well, they go to the air to try to pick up this first down, but it just wasn't meant to be. Defense was ready, made sure to force them into this 4th down situation.
After that incompletion, the offense will get set to punt. Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. And the speedy returner, a big gain on that one. Coverage team barely able to stop him. And the Boise State offense is back out on the field. Let's see if he can keep that passing game going. The last possession, very efficient and precise. Minimal gain brought down short of the marker.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
He's looking to scramble. Tries to get to the marker with his legs, but comes up a little short on the scramble. The important third down play coming up. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. On the run, he'll let it go. Beautiful catch right near the sideline. Gets the foot down.
Well, it's third down. The defense knows he's going to get the ball. You still can't stop the quarterback finding this receiver to be able to pick up another first down for this offense.
He gains 9, so it's 2nd and 1.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave him a chance at a really nice gain.
From the shotgun, handoff inside. Tackle is made at the 4. It'll be first down and goal.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line. Give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
Here's a handoff on 1st and goal. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, BSU. Folks, we hope you're enjoying this. The national championship game is all tied up. Buckle up now for the finish.
Man, this is everything you could hope for on this biggest stage in a national championship. Both these teams bringing their A game. I can't wait to sit back and see who wins it.
Now they get set to kick it away. So it'll be a touchback. Ball spotted at the 25. So the first play of the drive coming up here. Under 3 minutes to play before half. They start the drive with a quick throw to the right side. Defense surrounds him. Just a short gain on that completion.
This is an example of a quarterback and his offense just taking what the defense gives you. Not a huge play, but positive yards. The defense wants to give that throw to you. You take it, get the ball to your receiver, stay ahead of the sticks.
And the one moves the ball up to the 33.
Well, I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run, but look at this. Put themselves in a perfect third down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
Tackle at the 35, good enough for a first down. Offense operating at high tempo now, no huddle.
Man, I love the toughness from this offense here on third down and short. Being able to get behind a big physical offensive line, they get a hat on a hat, get enough of a push, and the back is able to get behind there and find just enough real estate to pick up the first down.
That's the 2-minute warning now here in the first half. Now it's 2nd down here. Now they'll switch it up, looking to throw the ball here. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. Well, a touchdown to a wide open man. What in the world was going on the defensive side of that play?
What was the defense thinking here? You can't let a player roam free like that. They just completely forgot about him and gifted him a touchdown.
So with the PAT, they take a 7-point lead, 28-21. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. That one bounces through the end zone, so they'll start at the 25. And here comes the Boise State offense back out on the field. If they want to cut into this lead before halftime, they have to work quickly now. As the first down, still on the move. They bring it down, but the drive has now reached the 35.
These quarterbacks today in the college game are so athletic. They can beat you with their arm, obviously. Just when you think you have them figured out, they tuck the ball and go. I'd expect this defense to put in a spy to keep this quarterback from running.
They make the tackle, but that pass creates a solid gain.
quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
Looking to pass. It's Thompson. He's running out of time here. He lets it go on the move. Looking deep. Oh, and he's got it. Big gain inside the 25.
Boy, a great job of coming up with a huge play by this offense. A nice pass by the quarterback. And you look at the time here before we get to the half. They got a real shot here to put a touchdown up on the board.
Receiver makes the grab. Touchdown, Broncos. This quarterback on fire today. And this national championship game is now dead even, Kirk. We're going to have a fun finish here.
And maybe I'm being hopeful, but this has the makings of an instant classic right now. The way these teams are matching each other at an elite level in the national championship, it's getting more advanced the further we go. I'm with you. Maybe it comes down to the wire.
So no return here. He takes a knee in the end zone, and they'll begin the drive at the 25. So here we go. First play of the drive, under 2 minutes before halftime. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Looking for his back. It's complete. What a grab near the sideline. They bring him down, but the veteran quarterback shows off that trademark arm strength. The offense will set up on 1st and 10. And the quarterback dropping back. Lets it go quickly. And the pass is intercepted as he throws into double coverage that time. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Well, his quarterback's got to regroup. That's his second interception in this game right now. He's got to do a better job. But Chris, it's easy to sit up here and say that. It could be the receiver running the wrong route. Balls sometimes can get tipped. All we know is at the end of the day, the guy pulling the trigger is responsible.
And heads out of bounds after a decent game.
That's another positive game here for this offense, and this defensive coordinator is going to have to make some kind of adjustments to get this quarterback out of his rhythm. It's the national championship, man. You've got to take chances and mix up your coverages because right now what you're doing just isn't working.
Second down after that previous play. They'll change the pre-snap look now. Scanning the field. It's Thompson. The pass rush closing in. He cannot escape the defense with a sack.
Boy, they're making this offensive line really think and communicate. Bringing different blitzes. This time the outside linebacker gets to the quarterback and comes up with a big sack for the D.
Timeout is called by the defense. That's their first of the half. That sack sets up a third down play. And he lobs it deep down the middle. And the pass is dropped. Would have been a big gain, but he couldn't hold on.
Boy, this is all about the defense here. Nice stop here on third down, but really it's about trying to get this offense behind the sticks. Once you get them behind the sticks, you can mix up your coverages, really affect the quarterback's eyes and disrupt the timing and the rhythm of what the offense is trying to do. Now we've got another big fourth down coming up.
So here comes the first play of the drive. Can they do something in the final 30 seconds of the half? First down. Looking to throw the football. Defense is coming after him. And it's incomplete. Even on a first down throw, he was under some heavy pressure.
And you got to love this if you're defensive coordinator. It's all about affecting the quarterback and getting pressure on him. This time they got to him and forced that incompletion.
And he's back to throw again after that incompletion on first down. Quarterback leaves the pocket on the move now. Oh, a sack. The senior on this defense making a big play. Looks like the final play of the half coming up. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. And he floats this pass deep down the right side. And it falls incomplete. One final shot as the quarter expires. Minna's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. And the Broncos will kick this away to begin the second half. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. They'll start from the 25. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. First play of the third quarter is a handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. They don't block the defensive end and show some quickness, Kurt, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete package. Not only can he pressure the quarterback, but also he is very, very talented and shows you the physicality he has against the run as well.
Runner scoots out of bounds after gaining decent yards. Well, the quarterback makes the correct read there, and the result is a big gain.
What I like here, Chris, is the ball handling by this quarterback on the read option. The defender commits down to the back. He does a nice job of being able to see that, pulls it out, and then gets upfield north and south for the first down.
First down, they'll keep the drive going to the 37. The running play gives the offense a fresh set of downs. And the back gets the football. Just a small gain, looking at 2nd and 9.
Well, the defense coordinator this week always telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
They'll switch it up, looking to throw. Lets it go. And he pulls in the catch. He's brought down, but not before getting into enemy territory at the plus 47. Completion good for first down yardage for this offense. And there's the handoff. He stopped just short of that first down marker, inches away from it.
Love those positive yards on 1st and 10, and it's not quite a first down. Looks like it'll bring 2nd and inches, but it sure does open up the playbook here to be able to open up, maybe take a shot downfield.
They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Things just appeared to be a bit out of sync from the get-go on that one. Give credit to the front 7 of that defense for staying in the proper lanes and getting to the ball carrier, not let him dance around and make something out of nothing.
And he picks up the first down, tackled at the 32.
Just what a great battle here at the line of scrimmage. Good push by the offensive line, and the back does enough to be able to pick up the first down.
That's solid run, good for first down yardage. Offense will keep it on the ground here. The gain is 2 yards, so it's 2nd and 8.
Hey, it's a great job of this defense containing the running game. But if I'm calling the plays, I'm not abandoning the running game just yet. I think it's important to have some sense of balance. So throwing and running is essential. Stick with it.
And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain. Defensive fans getting frustrated. Offense continues to march. Drops back, needing a 3rd down completion here. Receiver makes the catch. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, especially on 3rd down. Get him the ball.
The offense in scoring position with a new set of downs.
How about the offensive line here? Just a hat on a hat, opening up just enough room for the back to squeeze through there for a nice gain.
Who says you need explosive plays, Dirk? That was a long, winding scoring drive.
And think about this. This is a national championship, and you're able to execute like that against this quality of a defense, and that is a great job by the coordinator and the quarterback being in sync and putting together a heck of a drive.
PHE is good, so they're up by a touchdown, 35-28. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so a touchback will start at the 25. And the Boise State offense is back out on the field. This group is coming off a quick 3-and-out. Can they put something together in this drive? And the defense able to hold him there to a short gain. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? That's the wide receiver coming in motion now. To throw, it's Thompson. He's moving out of the pocket. On the move, looking deep. The downfield shot is incomplete. Brings up third down.
Well, the defense better be aggressive here themselves. Clearly, we're seeing an approach by this offense that they're going to attack downfield. Probably saw something in the first half that they can take advantage of. They come out early and try to hit it for a big one.
Using his legs on the scramble. They chase him down and tried to run for it, but it'll bring up fourth down. The Broncos looking to crank up the tempo a bit. And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground.
Trends show guys that are continuing to go for it on fourth down. But what's crazy to me, Chris, is deep in your own territory to go for it on fourth down. It's a big risk, but it pays off here.
Receiver in motion now. And looking to throw now on first down. Pass is caught. And he heads out of bounds after gaining a few yards.
Love the timing here between the quarterback and his receiver. Pick up some positive yards, and I continue to be impressed with just the chemistry between these two.
Airing this one out toward the sideline. Deep shot caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Boise State. Made the defense look slow that time. That's another passing strike from this quarterback. He is having himself a tremendous ball game.
Boy, this guy just can't miss. Every single time he throws, it seems like he's coming up with another touchdown. The receivers are running good routes. He has enough time to throw. And, man, this poor defense, they might want to think about changing up coverage because right now it is not working.
He knocks through the PAT and ties the score here in the third period. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Going to begin with a quick throw to the left. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks more than enough for a first down.
I love how this quarterback is finding this slot receiver. Not only is he tough to handle, but it's what he's doing after the catch. He has such wiggle and quickness. He's tough to bring down, and you see more positive yards after the catch here.
Try to run it up the middle, but get nothing.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Offense getting set. It's second down. They'll run it here. That's the running back with the ball. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, that play just didn't have much of a chance at all from the snap. Quarterback hands this off, and just nowhere to go. It's almost like the defense was anticipating the play call, and they put themselves in a position to come up with a nice tackle for a loss.
And he'll drop back here on third down. Cannot connect. Incomplete, and now fourth down. Punt team ready to boot it away. Trying to kick it away, helping his team with field position. And a low line drive, ugly punt. And the punt is down just inside the 30. Here comes the Boise State offense back out on the field. The last drive, the passing game, very effective. Moved them right down the field. And the defense make adjustments. And they'll tackle him for a loss of 5 yards.
Chris, I think we all kind of get caught up in third down. What's an offense doing on third down? But I think what's also important is how well you defend first down. If you can hold your opponents to a short gain or a tackle for a loss,
breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. And they'll bring him down, but this offense creates a huge chunk play.
Because I don't know if that's a busting coverage or just a mistake by this defense, but the tight end is all alone. Nobody around him, an easy throw for the quarterback, and obviously a huge gain for the offense.
And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
Man, when your quarterback can run the football like this, it puts so much pressure on the defense. The defense coordinator spent all week preparing his unit to be able to stop this offense. But when this quarterback's able to pull it down and pick up yards like that, it's an extra headache for the defense to have to deal with.
Offense coming to the line. They might have a chance for a couple more plays before we reach the end of the quarter. Looking to pass. It's Thompson. Throws to the tight end. He's got it right near the end zone. And he steps out of bounds close to the goal line. Couldn't quite punch it in there. So here we go, an exciting start to the quarter as the offense sets up with a 1st and goal. On the ground, trying to punch it in for the score. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
And I just love that this defense is not giving up on this 1st and goal. They attacked. They got through. They got penetration. Nice job of being able to keep them out of the end zone.
Play action fake, looking to throw. Looking to scramble. Caught near the goal line. Touchdown, BSU. And they take the lead in the 4th quarter. Well, the call was sort of predictable, Kirk, but that tight end is just so tough to stop down here in the red zone.
Listen, speaking on behalf of all quarterbacks, you get down in the red zone, you're looking for that big target that you can trust. He's going to run a good route, and he's got a big wingspan to allow you to make a throw up into the air. He can go up and make a catch over most defenders. Really good execution. They come up with 6.
He thought about returning it, but instead takes a knee. It'll be a touchback, and they'll start at the 25. 1st down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Handoff here from the shotgun. You bring him down, but he makes the 40-yard line. That's a solid gain.
You know, all week, the defensive coordinator told us about the quarterback. He told us about the receivers and how they're going to throw the football. But, man, they better get locked in on stopping this run game because that was a big-time game.
That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
You know, in the era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense is countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage and not give up big run plays.
And he's brought down after a short gain, does not make the 1st down yardage. Challenging play for the offense. They face 3rd and long here from their own 43. Dropping back, looking to throw for the 1st down. Looking to set up a screen pass here. The ball is loose. Defense recovers the fumble. Big takeaway.
How about this defense flying in there trying to get their hat on the ball? They do, and they're able to pounce on it for a big.
So not what the coach was hoping to hear. Took a chance with the timeout to get the replay. We'll see if burning that timeout is costly down the road. And the Boise State offense is back out on the field. The passing game was clicking beautifully in the last drive, right down for a touchdown. Let's see if they can do it again. The defense all over it. They stop him right at the line.
Man. football, really, in a nutshell. They get this football back thanks to their own defense, creating that turnover, working with the lead like this. Really, it's all but over. Now the offense is just thinking about running the football and working that clock.
Here's the second down play. Looking to throw. It's Parker. Bringing pressure. Got him for a sack. A big play made them one of the senior leaders of this defense.
I like how this defense is bringing pressure from all over the field. And that's the key in putting together a good defensive strategy. On this play, it came from the outside linebacker, and he gets to the quarterback.
Now the offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 41. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Lets it fly to the wideout. And it's intercepted, a crushing play. And that's a solid return after the interception.
Boy, just when it looked like they had complete control of the national championship, they turned the ball over. The only real mistake they could have made to give their opponent a chance to get back into the game, and they've done it.
First down here for this offense. And the wideout goes in motion. On the shotgun, it's a handoff. Stop after a small gain. Now look at it, 2nd and 9. Movement at the second level of the defense now. Heading left after the handoff. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time, the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
And it's complete downfield. The tackle at the 28, this offense threatening now. Another first down. A new set of downs after that completion. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Looking for the wideout. Oh, and it's a first down drop in traffic over the middle.
Now here's an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't quite have the concentration or the focus necessary. Ends up dropping it before he could bring it in.
Offense lines up for a second down play off the incompletion. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. On the run, he'll let it go. Oh, nice play by the defender. Got a hand in there to break up the pass.
Well, this is just an outstanding job by this defender being in phase against this receiver and being able to tip that ball away. He actually tips it up into the air. The offense catches a break, but that ball's not intercepted.
Running out of time in the pocket. Going to scramble now. Could not get there on the scramble, short of the marker, and now a 4th down decision coming up.
I just love the fact he doesn't take a sack here. In fact, I'm sure he can imagine hearing his coach saying it's 3rd down, do not take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't quite get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yards.
Oh, they cannot connect. Really needed that completion. Instead, it's a turnover on downs.
Oh, so close to executing here on the 4th down play in the 4th quarter. You're really down in possession. Now you got to rely on your defense to come up with a stop and get your offense back onto the field.
They'll start the drive here with an end around. Breaks loose at the 40. Oh, and he's in the clear now. It's a foot race. Inside the 10. And he takes it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Broncos.
Well, that's a well-oiled machine right there. Everyone on this offense has been a star in their roles. And when they're rolling like this, it results in quick and positive results.
And now here comes the point after attempt. Extra point up and good. A 2-touchdown lead here now in the 4th quarter. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. Doesn't bring the kick out. Touchback. They'll start at the 25. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. First down, looking to throw the ball. The pocket breaking down. Oh, the sack is made there by the freshman.
Between the defensive scheme and the athletic ability of this front and the linebackers getting pressure as well, the way they've been able to harass this quarterback has a lot to do with why they're enjoying such a big lead in the national.
And he'll loft this one deep to the left side. He's picked for a third time tonight. Look out, he's got some space. So a great return following the pick. They're finally able to get him down.
Just a great job of anticipating that and coming up with a big interception by this defense. Because they have this lead, they've really forced this offense to become one-dimensional. They're expecting the ball to be into the air. The
football comes out. Looks like the defense has it.
Oh, my gosh, I can't believe the one thing they couldn't do, they just did. Put the ball on the ground, working with a lead here. Less than 3 minutes to go, and in the blink of an eye, we got an interesting situation unfolding now.
Looking to throw it on first down. Looking to make a play deep downfield. Another interception. Wow, that's his fourth tonight. It's a big return off the INT. They steal their offensive possession. And that's the 2-minute warning. And this offense looking to run out the clock and secure an impressive win here today. Off the play fake on first down. Pressure is coming. And that pass rush has trapped him. It's a sack.
I like the call here, but you can't run long, developing play-action passes like that if the offensive line is not going to give the quarterback time to throw.
So behind the 6, second and long from their 14. Looking downfield, it's Parker. Quick completion to the tight end. To get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
And there's the tight end who shows off his hands.
Well, a serious challenge for this offense. You don't want to be in third and long inside your own 20. How much of a risk will they take to try to pick up this first down? He's running out of time here. The scramble doesn't get there, and it's going to bring up fourth down. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. And the Broncos will bring their punt team onto the field. Not the way he wanted to kick it. Coverage team brings down the returner. Big guys up front lined up. It's first down. Looking out throwing here to start the drive. But they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete.
That's a misfire there, Chris. This passing game has got to be able to get into sync and find a rhythm.
So second down after the incompletion. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Quick throw to his receiver. Tried to go very deep there. Good effort. And now it's third down.
This is smart defense. When you're trying to protect the lead late in the game, you know they're going to take some shots. Get those safeties and those defensive backs back far, anticipating a deep throw, and knock the ball away.
And here comes a deep shot. And that's interception number 5. When will this QB get the hook? And he's wrapped up after a solid return.
Oh, man, Chris, I really thought this offense had a chance to get back into this game. The only thing you'd hate to see is the interception. But give credit to the defense. They come up with a big play that potentially ices the game.
And the quarterback just kneels down. And that'll do it. We have a national champion. Well, the coaches kind of expected it to be this kind of game, an offensive show. Who's going to make one more play at the end to get the win, and they did it.
Yeah, you mentioned the coaches. I think we had a feeling that this game had a chance to get into at least the 30s, and we weren't disappointed. These offenses came to play, but you're right. One defense made some plays when they had to, and the other one didn't. Simple as that.
Well, that's it. Dramatic punctuation to another outstanding season of college football. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. Officially, your kings of the college football world and national champions, the Boise State Broncos.